They could make the first move, Conway. Let's go. Dude, I wish I would have had mine. I got a Goldberg one.
That's sick.
We would have been matching, boys.
Same green
Same
one?
colors, son.
I think they made a bunch of, like TV and movie jerseys. I got it from Lids. They had Will Smith from Bel Air Academy.
Okay.
They had.
I know I've seen those too.
What other jersey did they have? From
Jesus
Shuttlesworth. They had Adam Sandler from
Squad 2. They probably had
what's Bobby Boucher from the Water
yeah.
Boys. So they had some of those types, and I said I need this. I went in to do Christmas shopping for other people, and I walked out with this for myself. I was like, when you see something, you need it.
Yeah. It's good.
It's good, man. We're almost there.
I got something that I needed, bro. You know me with my coasters. Went into FanDuel, was like, "What's up? These are mine now." Only got one though.
Why they were hawking you?
They just didn't have any others at the bar.
Got it.
Mad crusty. It was just like at the bar, and I was looking at it. Boss is like, "Yo, are you gonna take that?" I was like, "Yo, 100%. I'm taking this. Are you kidding me?" Yo, look at some of the ones I have. These I stole from Ralph's crib. You know the Horny Ram?
No.
The bar in the city?
Nah.
The Horny Ram, yeah. So it's a bar, the Horny Ram.
Good marketing.
And fire marketing. So I saw these at Ralph's, and what I did was he just had them on his table, and I was just like, "Yo, are these cool? Is this cool if I just take them?" And he's like, "They're already in your hand, bro." I was like, "Fine, you got it, no problem."
He must have a lot.
Yeah, he had like a whole stack.
That's dope. He probably took a stack when he was there.
Yeah, yo, that's it, bro. Bring me coasters, son. Guilty
I
had these since 2014, bro. He's been through like 2 cribs.
Your birthday's coming up soon, kinda.
Yeah, 2 months.
I'll get you coasters. That's easy. Gift.
Trey won, yo. My Cromartie year. Just not as many kids. No kids, actually.
Yeah. Did he wear 31 the entire time?
Pretty sure. With the Chargers and then with the Jets.
Glory years. What'd you think of the weekend?
Weird, wacky, crazy.
I mean, when the Jets have a 2-score lead on Brady.
You was loving it, bro.
It was perfect outcome for me.
Hold on. Impy was on fire. He was on one yesterday and then today, too. You were just telling me out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean.
This is how you know Impy's fired up. When he hits me up out of nowhere, he just goes, Jets doubled their win total from last year, and Wilson has the second least amount of turnovers since week 6. 2 top 10 picks. What do you have? Freddie Kitchens and a dream. I was like, I got nothing. Legit. Help.
I don't know. I was on one right there.
Yo, Zach, though, bro.
Yeah. I mean, first 6
games. Hey. Come on. You've been on it. I've been trolling you.
So glad.
Frat star Zach came through.
No picks in his last 15 quarters, and he's been missing his top 3 wide receivers. I think, to me, that's the most encouraging sign is he's doing it with a makeshift roster, which is something that, when we put quarterbacks on a pedestal, what do we say? It's the guys that you can make guys around you better, guys who can maybe elevate, some secondary types of guys. And, they're not winning that many games, but nonetheless, he's playing well. So he's elevating some third stringers and guys they're pulling off the street with this COVID shit. They're basically signing guys. If you live in the area and we need a player and you're in that area, we're signing you to the point where I know it's the NBA, but the Heat signed Mario Chalmers.
Yeah.
Because he's in the area. So things like that are happening. So, they're depleted and he's still looking good. So 2 touchdown lead, they blow it, but literally the perfect outcome. Kid looks good, team plays hard, and you lose. So you don't lose your draft position, but you still kind of, you have some momentum to build upon and all that.
Tale of 2 seasons for Zach Wilson, right? Yeah. Beginning of the year, pre-injury, it was like, oh, man, me. I was coming on the show every time just letting you have it.
Yeah, I mean, and I think everyone was piling on top.
Right. Because it was an easy thing to do, right? And it was an easy way to troll the Jets. Like, well, again, you take a quarterback and it's not going to work out. Yep. How do you take the BYU kid from the Ohio State guy or the Bama guy or whatever it might be? And then he gets hurt. And it seems like that injury was a blessing in disguise. Because, it sucks that dude went down.
Yep.
It wasn't a season-ending, career-altering injury.
Couple weeks, comes
back. Also, maybe got a fire lit under his ass. Where it's like,
from Mike White.
Mike White, the franchise
yards,
and shit. And it's like, maybe he's the guy. It's like, oh, hold on. I was here for a reason.
That's a good point. I didn't even think of that in the sense of motivation. That's a great point, though. Because we had idiot Jet fans actually saying that. Because we're like the Browns, but we've been down and bad so long that,
a lot more success than the Browns, but
I mean, at least from the quarterback perspective, if I'm ranking the Jets' best quarterbacks over the last
That you've seen. What would you say?
It's sad to say Chad Pennington.
Chad Pennington, baby.
Mark Sanchez had more team success, but when you look at him as a player individually, he wasn't great.
Yeah.
Pennington, was like solid. But anyway, so, not exactly like the Brown situation, but in that sense, so, relax. Kid playing great. Last 6 games, 8 total touchdowns, 2 picks. No picks in his last 15 quarters. He's making some really awesome plays, man, and I'm excited. And they're playing hard, bro. Like, that's one thing that you hope for. When you have a young team, the season's, obviously over. It's, is the head coach getting the players to play hard, even at the end of the season when it means nothing? And yes, they are. And I'm looking forward to next year because all these young kids made some mistakes this year, and they're learning, and they're going to go into next year with a lot of playing time and experience, which is good.
Well, if there's one team to look at, if you're the Jets and say, man, the ultimate pipe dream could be to have the success next year that they're having now, would be Cincinnati.
Bengals.
Right? You have a lot of money available. You got some draft picks like the Bengals did, right? They take Chase when they take Chase. They had a top 5 pick. So you're looking at the Jets. You're going to have a top 5 pick and the additional pick from Seattle. Mm-hmm. So you'll probably have 2 picks in the top 12-ish.
I would say 2 in the top 10.
Top 10, right? But that'd be best case scenario. But you do have the Seahawks and the Cardinals are playing each other this week, and I'm pretty sure, Imp, that game is meaningless for Arizona. Like, no matter what, they're locked into the 5 seed. Well, actually,
I have the whole.
You have the
whole thing.
Do you have it in front of you right now?
Right, I have the whole thing.
You want to rattle it off quick?
Week 18 motivation thread. Mm-hmm. I have the whole thing right here.
All right, talk to me.
All right, it's gonna take a couple minutes, so
if
you want to jump in, you let me know. All right, week 18 motivation. Green Bay at Detroit. It's meaningless if Green Bay wins last night. So it's completely meaningless.
Yeah,
they
no
have
matter
the
what,
one
they're
seed.
the 1 seed.
Yeah. So this was as of last night. So obviously they won. Chicago at Minnesota. Meaningless because Minnesota lost. New England at Miami. New England is in, but they must win if they want to win the AFC East. So they have to take care of business, and the Jets have to beat the Bills. Buffalo wins the AFC East if they beat the Jets. So there's something on the line there. Indy at Jacksonville. Indy needs to win to make the playoffs. So
Winning, you're in if you're the Colts.
100%.
Best situation you could be in. Let me jump in real quick.
Yeah,
Raiders, Chargers, another one. Winning, you're in, right? No need to scoreboard watch like some other teams. Like, I know we're recording this Monday night prior to the Monday Night Football game. There's some playoff implications. The Browns are out, but the Steelers could still somehow get in. They got to win the next 2, but they have the worst case scenario where it's like, all right, we need them to win, maybe a tie. Like, and you hate.
They have a tie.
Right, and you hate that, right? You want to be like the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Colts. We worry about us. We take care of business, and that's it.
Control your destiny.
So continue.
Carolina at Tampa Bay. Meaningless. Tampa Bay clinched the division, playing for seeding at this point. Seeding. Tennessee at Houston. Tennessee clinched the number 1 seed with a win. With a win at Houston. Yeah. And I want to talk about Tennessee. We'll
get to Tennessee too.
Washington at the Giants. Meaningless. Joe Judge sucks.
Do me a favor. Scott Hansen, Red Zone. Don't show that game.
Yeah.
Why are you gonna show that? What are you gonna show?
Bro, I have some Joe Judge nuggets too. Bad press conference.
Oh, terrible.
This guy said he was gonna get fired in 2018. He was on the Patriots. They were 7-2 at that point.
Yeah.
Did
Well, I know that 64-17 is what they've been outscored since the report came out that his job was safe.
Yeah. That's what happens. So meaningless. Joe Judge sucks. New Orleans at Atlanta. New Orleans must win, and Rams win gets New Orleans in. So if New Orleans beats Atlanta and the Rams
beat the Niners.
Dallas at Philly. Dallas clinched the division. Philly must win to get in. And by the way...
No, Philly clinched.
Did they?
Philly is in. Yeah. Late last night, because the Vikings lost, they're in.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure, no matter what, they're the 7 seed.
Okay. They're locked into 7?
Yeah. I'm almost positive they're locked into... Oh, no, actually, no. They're the 6 seed. That's what it is. No matter what, they're the 6 seed because you still have Atlanta and the Saints and the Niners that could potentially get the 7 seed.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure regardless, the Eagles are in.
And don't forget, we were on the pod maybe a month ago saying, hey, Philly doesn't have to get on a plane to play any other games.
That's right, yeah.
And, I mean, so far.
What a bad take by me. I wanted to bet them to have the worst record in football, and then they made the playoffs.
I'm so impressed with Houston.
Houston?
Yeah. I mean, coming into the season,
right?
I think any Houston fan signs up for what happened this year. Considering Watson, considering Davis Mills, not terrible.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of kind of positive signs. And we even said it, like, earlier on in the year, like, this idea of they're being smart with the cap. They're not, like, signing any long-term deals. Everyone's on a 1 or 2-year deal. They're really kind of rebuilding the right way.
Yeah, it's a lot of team-friendly stuff where they have the option to bring the guy back for said money.
They've won. I actually have it here. They've won two games this year as a double-digit dog.
Yeah.
Houston. So, come on. Again, you got to give a little bit of credit where it's due.
Detroit, too. Well, that's the thing, right? Like, we were texting before, and I told you, I think the Giants might be the worst team, not only in the NFL, they might be the worst team in sports right now, which is a crazy fall from grace, right? Because think about it. Houston, Detroit, you're at least competitive in your games. I know Detroit got blown out yesterday. I know the Texans got blown out too. But you're at least competitive in these games. You're showing some fight. And also you're looking and you have some pieces that you could build around. Mm-hmm. Or in the case like Jacksonville, you at least have in your mind, though it looks pretty ugly.
You have a quarterback.
You have a quarterback that, you know what? It's his rookie year, chaos with Urban Meyer. The talent isn't that good. At least we got a guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, everybody had this dude being Andrew Luck 2.0. So he's not terrible.
Yeah.
We got to fix some shit around him. When you're looking at the Giants, bro.
No hope.
There is nothing. Yeah. There's nothing that they have that you feel good about.
Other than the extra first-round pick.
Yeah, but you can't even trust that.
Yeah, well, Gettleman will be out the door. But what I will say is this. The Giants are a reputable organization. They're still, I would imagine, I think I can confidently say, like, despite the last few years, they're still held in high regard. In my opinion, you don't think so?
No, I don't think anymore, bro.
Two chips, same family.
But now you're talking about a decade now, bro. It's been a decade.
And
now.
I'm a Jets fan, and I'm saying
right.
This.
It's been a decade, and not only that, you've had the same glaring issues since then. You haven't been able to fix an offensive line.
Yeah.
Just still, that is a issue that has plagued two front offices now, right? And the quarterback is, no one wants him. What are you looking at? Saquon's going to want to get paid now, too. He just had 100 yards for the first time since 2019.
Yeah. And what, are you not going to pay him?
Who knows? You know what? I'll sign up for a 3-year 15 per or 18 per. I don't mind if I give you. I don't want a Zeke contract.
Yeah.
Where it's a 6-year extension, and at the time it was like an 8-year deal because they extended him during the rookie contract.
Can't they just tag him?
You could, but as a running back, you don't want that shit.
No, but
I know
it may not be his choice
for the organization. Yeah, rumors are that the Packers are going to tag Devontae Adams.
I think the funniest, I read that too. I think this is because the Rodgers thing's in limbo.
Right.
I would say, I think the funniest thing about the Joe Judge 12-minute rant was that he said, like, players were calling him and saying.
Ain't nobody calling, bro.
Players were calling him and saying that they wish they were playing for the Giants and they would have taken less money. They didn't do it. So, like, I don't know. That was just kind of like a little crazy. You know what I mean? Like, just a little.
But, bro, think of Zietler leaves, goes to Baltimore. One guy was holding together the offensive line for the Giants. Because the offensive line last year for the Giants, you saw some flashes of, you know what, if they could bring this unit back, it might be good. And then out of nowhere, they just, like, let go of Zietler. You're like, what the hell is going on?
Didn't one guy retire?
One guy retired, then came back, shoulder, sat out the year. That's been a nightmare from day one. They made him the highest paid left tackle. Eric Flowers is playing pretty well where he's at now. Eli Apple playing pretty well. Yeah. You got some guys that have left the organization, and they're playing better. Like, what does that say about you? So you're telling me, jumping up and down. Oh, you got an extra draft pick. Congrats.
He said that year that the whole coaching staff was on the hot seat. The Patriots were 7-2. Bro, with all due respect, if you're 7-2, you're a special teams coordinator, you're not on the hot seat. Maybe I understand you're trying to motivate people, but, like, you can't, like, blindly lie, and try to motivate that way. That shit don't work.
It doesn't, no.
But
you got more playoff implications?
Yeah, where were we? We were Dallas, Philly, Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Both teams need to win, and they need help to get in.
Well, Pittsburgh gets pending also tonight. Like, their chances will be better
if they win.
If they win, yeah.
Cincy, Cleveland. Cincinnati clinched. and can get the 1 seed with the Cincinnati.
Yeah, so the Bengals can get the 1 seed. They need the Chiefs
and the Titans
to lose. Yeah. But I think it's mostly because they're ahead right now. They're the 2 seed.
Let me tell you something. I really want to bet the house on the Chiefs this week. I don't think they're gonna. I think they want to stay hot, or not stay hot. I think they want to, have some momentum going into the playoffs. I don't think they lose 2 in a row going into the playoffs. This is a big, I think, Andy Reid Chiefs get right week before they go into the playoffs, especially if they have to play. So that's just like a little betting nugget. I think I'm on the Chiefs.
House bets.
They'll probably be a fairly big favorite.
Last I checked, they were a 9.5 point favorite going into Denver.
Nice little tease.
But Denver is also like depleted right now. They got nothing. Yeah. They got no life. Half the roster was on the COVID list against the Chargers too. Like, man, that's something we got to monitor too. I was talking with Will today. We were about to record the pod, and I was like, man, I don't know if I would want to bet any money in futures right now in the NFL.
In general, no way. The only thing that I like about next week betting is obviously like incentive-based bets.
Yeah, but be careful with those. Because that's something that a lot of people are already floating around. Like Cooper Kupp needs 12 catches.
That's a lot, though.
That is a lot, but also like the sports books know this too. So they're not going to set the lines to give you.
I'm much more inclined to take those bets for teams that are actually playing for nothing. Like a Hunter Renfrow may break a Raiders record for receiving yards or touchdowns, or the games that actually don't matter. Those are
but the Raiders game matters.
That was a bad example.
Right, but I see the concept. Yes.
Yeah, Raiders are. The Raiders
like if Kenny Galladay had a touchdown record, which he doesn't. I think he scored no touchdowns.
If you're a playoff team, those things you're not. In my opinion, those are not a concern of yours.
You want to win.
But if you're on the Lions, for example, like maybe it's, Jamal Williams is like 40 rushing yards away from a bonus or so, like whatever it is, So. Those are some of the things to think about, at least when it comes to like props for next week. So Seattle, Arizona. Arizona's in, must win for a chance at the division.
Yeah, they got to win, and the Niners got to beat the Rams, which is interesting because, first of all, the Niners have beaten the Rams like 5 straight times.
Yep.
And then also the Niners have something to play for too. So that game is going to be intriguing
for playoff seat, like for seeding, right? Like,
well, yeah, for seeding and to get into the playoffs too.
Yeah.
If you're the Niners.
Yeah. So Seattle. Yeah. Seattle. Yeah. So Seattle at Arizona. Arizona's in, must win for chance of division. Kansas City at Denver. Kansas City's in, needs a win for the chance at the number 1 seed, as we said. San Francisco at LA. Rams must win for both, essentially. And to your point about the division. Chargers at Raiders.
Sunday Night Football.
Winners in, losers out. This is loser leaves town match.
Yeah, for real. Let's go.
Which is cool. Same. In reverse. So look, real quick. These are just a high level. These are games in terms of like handicapping, in terms of betting the next week. These are the games that actually mean something for both sides. So, just a piece of advice: if you're gonna bet on teams, I would probably maybe like highlight these: Chargers at Raiders, Niners at Rams, and then maybe Pittsburgh at Baltimore if Pittsburgh wins. Those are the only 3 games where both teams
have something to play for.
Yes. So I would just say, guys, just proceed with caution.
Well, there's one really cool thing that the NFL has done for a while now, and it's in the past there used to be, remember in 07, I know I'm dating it now, but 07, week 17, was Patriots-Giants. A non-division game didn't matter, really.
Yeah.
But now what they've done is winning your division is the easiest path for you to get in the playoffs. So let's make all regular season finales division games. So if you are the... Let's think of a game. Let's think of
Chargers, Raiders.
If you're bam, let's knock them out. Or if you're the Rams, right? The Rams, you're already in the playoffs. You're chilling. Yeah, I want to win my division, but also I can knock out these dudes who have been stomping us for 5 straight games.
That's a great point.
So
Trey Lance, who knows? So I think it's and then these are just the completely meaningless. Green Bay at Detroit, Chicago at Minnesota, Carolina at Tampa, Washington at Giants. Those are just a completely meaningless stay away, and then the rest of the teams play against eliminated teams already.
Bro, speaking of incentives, addressing the elephant in the room is the AB stuff that went down, right? Like that outburst. First of all, what do you think of that? Because you got a perfect glimpse of it because it was against the Jets, right? Like I was at the gym watching this. I was like, yo, what is happening? First of all, I thought it was a fan at one point.
Yeah.
At first.
Because his shirt was off.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, a fan is streaking. It's crazy. It's kind of cold out, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah.
They show it to
rocks.
me. You're like, what is happening?
I mean, he claims that he was hurt. And that Arians and they were asking him to go in, and he's like, nah, I'm hurt. I can't play. I'm hurt. And he's like, if you can't, you're out here. If you can't play, get out. And he's like, I'm out. Peace.
He really was like, I'm out.
I think he just released a hip hop mixtape or something like that.
Pit to the Palace.
So maybe this is all part of the marketing plan.
I don't know, bro.
Maybe he knew, like, all right, I'm gonna go viral. I'm gonna just try to sell this mixtape. Fuck my NFL career.
I mean, dude, you were talking about incentives before. He needed 8 more catches to get a $333,333 bonus. Right? This is at the time that he got self-ejected
You can make more on YouTube, bro.
Bro, he needed 55 yards to unlock another bonus. And then he needed 1 receiving touchdown to get another bonus.
So you think it was the incentives?
No, I'm saying, like, this shit was mad costly, bro. I don't care how good your mixtape is or your album is. And you know Brady, bro. Brady's been vouching for this guy. Had him stay in his crib and shit. Even after the game, he's like, hey, right now we need to stand by him. He's going through some stuff. Brady should be the one being like, yo, dude, what the fuck, man? I've been holding you down all this time. I brought you to New England. I vouched for you to Tampa Bay.
I think he knows there's probably something going on with him.
Yeah, he would probably know him better than anyone. And yo, look, I've said this many times. When you're talented, people put up with your bullshit, right? Guess what, man? The Bucs need him.
Yeah.
They don't got Godwin. Evans is a slant route away always from pulling a hamstring and being hobbled. They don't have Fournette, who I think Shady has been a huge absence for them because Ronald Jones, he ain't it.
Yeah.
Dude is like a 2.3 yards per carry running back. And they got Gronk.
It's ironic that it happened the second that they needed him. He was on his best behavior when they had Godwin healthy, when Mike Evans was healthy, you know, when Gronk was healthy, right? When all those guys were when Fournette was healthy, right? You know, he had to play his part, and he had to kind of, I hate to say it, is he valuable to that team? Absolutely, but was he as needed as he was on Sunday? No, and maybe you know, there's something potentially. I hate to say it, but maybe there's something going on. You know, I hate to say that he has mental health issues. Like I don't want to blindly say that, but it's clear that if there was some type of a mental health issue, that may be what it looks like. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Put a label on it?
Well, ever since that hit he took against
That's
Perfect,
what people are the perfect.
But if you line it up, man, that's the
publicly at least.
The year from what we know, right?
Yeah.
The year after is when the whole Steeler fiasco goes down. He's calling out
Ben with the social media, the locker room.
Yeah, they're doing the recordings in against Kansas City where he's recording Tomlin and shit. He just chooses not to play in the game where it was like, yo, you winning, you can make the playoffs potentially with the Triple Bs. In Pittsburgh, where he sat out that last game of the regular season because he was hurt, and then he goes on the shop with LeBron and them, and he calls out Ben Roethlisberger. He goes to Oakland, the Raiders at the time.
He called Mike Mayock a cracker.
Yeah, the fallout from that. Then he signs with New England. First game, what's up? 18 targets to AB, scores a touchdown. Then they release him because he hits up the girl that put out the accusation. He's like, yo, what's up? Why are you making these accusations? And, Belichick is like, yo, I don't want to deal with none of that.
Done.
And then Brady still, despite all this, is like, yo, bro, come to Tampa. We got you. And, that's a good point because it was similar to Odell in the sense of when Odell signed with the Rams, it was like, oh, shit, Kupp, Woods, Van Jefferson. Now we got Odell.
I'm a nice to have.
I'm more of a luxury. And then, bam, next day, Robert Woods tears his ACL, and it's like, now I'm needed.
Yeah.
Now I can't fuck around. So you're looking at it with AB, Godwin torn ACL, Evans hobbled. You saw what happened last week. He got 15 targets against the Panthers when they played. So now it's like, yo, AB, now we need you, bro. And then
this
lo and
is
behold,
what happens. But I think it's maybe something in the back of his mind where it's like, okay, I have the freedom because they need me. I could do what I want because they got nothing else. It's different, I'm the fourth string, third string. Let me chill.
Yeah.
Let me just fall in order. So
you think we've seen the last of him in the league? Bro,
in the NFL, yeah, but that fan controlled football league, you ever hear about that? Johnny Manziel's in that league.
Nah.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
It's crazy, bro, because if you look at him, if you put his numbers up against historical wide receivers. Think about it. He didn't even play for like 3 years, and he's like close to the top 10 in yards.
Bro, I don't think we'll ever see a wide receiver have a better 5-year stretch than him. And then the only other one I can think of is like what Devontae Adams has done since like 2016.
Yeah. And remember, Antonio Brown did it with Ben Roethlisberger for a majority of his time. Yeah, no, Antonio Brown's, I thought he was a little bit higher. He's 24th all time in receiving yards, but he didn't play for 3 years.
Yeah.
Right? So, he'd be, to put where he is into perspective, so he has basically like 13,000 receiving yards, right? I mean, bro, just to put that into perspective, Marvin Harrison has 14,500 receiving yards. So, that's like a season behind Marvin Harrison.
Bro, look at AB from 2013 to 2018. These are the yard totals. 1499, 1698, 1834, 1284, 1533, 1297. And in those seasons, he scored, ready for this, 8, 13, 10, 12, 9, 15. And there were years where people were like, oh, fantasy regression. What's up? Double-digit touchdowns every year. And on top of that, 110, 129, 136, 106, 101, 104. Those are the amount of catches.
Yeah.
You're talking about a
136 receptions in 2015 where it was not what it is today.
1834, I bet him 30-1 to lead the league in receiving yards one year. And that was the year.
1834.
That was the year. 1,834 yards, son. Dude was a beast.
Yeah.
But I do think it's the last we've seen of him.
Yeah.
Because, look, people put up with your bullshit when you're talented. It's the sad reality of how our society is. I'll never forget, bro. One of my customers, Fortune 500 CEO, dude is just smells like money, right? Comes up. Guy that worked with him was right before us. Hammered. 7:30 in the morning. Obliterated. Every single day. You could smell the jack when you come and order eggs. And we would always talk about like betting and fantasy and whatever. He's like, yo, when you going back to South Beach, let's go together. Like wild shit, right? And his boss would come up right after him. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, see you up in the office. And I go to his boss. I was like, yo, mad sus of me. Just like
calling him out,
kind of snitch on him. I was like, hey, man, he like drinks and stuff. Like he smells like, I was young. I was maybe like 21, 22. I didn't know the game like I do now. And he goes, yo, he's the best guy I have. He's like, I don't get it. Every day he comes in hungover. He's like, I don't know if he does drugs. I don't know what it is. But he's the best guy I have. No one could close deals like him. When he got to be on, he got to be on.
He performs.
So it's like, yeah, bro, I'm sure the guy that runs the company, if you're running a company, you don't want your employees showing up hammered.
Yeah.
But what do you do when he's your best guy? And he's making you millions, and who knows if it's billions of dollars.
It's tough
right?
for the locker room.
It's tough for work morale with everyone else. But, yeah, fucking Bill over here, he's hammered. Why are you getting at me?
Yeah.
I was like, well, maybe you should start drinking to get these deals closed.
And then everyone in the locker room's looking around, or locker room, or everyone in the office at least.
Yeah. But, yo, bro, that always resonated with me in the sense of like, yo, if you're talented, people are going to put up with it.
You get away with shit.
You could get away with shit, yeah. But I think it's clip for him.
Yeah.
I think it's quiet.
So, a couple teams could use a wide receiver, but at this point, he's got to do the full Tony Dungy redemption tour.
Yeah.
The full 360.
It's going to be tough, man.
Or 180, not 360.
I think that is like if he had that outburst and he just sat on the bench and didn't take his pads off and just was like, yo, I'm not going back in. Yeah. Like, I even think Tampa Bay would deal with it. I really do. If he just was like, yo, I'm not going back in, man.
He just went to the locker room, maybe.
Or, yeah, he went to the locker room, or he just sat on the sideline, like on the bench by himself. I think they put up with it. But when you're doing that.
Especially now.
When you're doing that, I think it's quiet. But
and now Tampa Bay, bro, with all due respect, like, I thought they were probably like one of the safest teams. And now they're so beat up.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough.
It's hard, man. It's hard to repeat. Everyone's coming to give you your best shot, too. And I know they got Brady. I know they got the GOAT and all that, but he's not the issue. He's not the person I'm worried about. I was worried about the DBs. I was worried about a lot of things. Injuries, too. Like, they're coming in hobbled, bro. They're coming in hobbled. You know who's firing right now? Cincinnati.
Hot.
Hot.
Burrow,
hot. That's your man's now. Now you love Burrow, huh?
Nah, I mean, there's just I've been saying it. There's he has like the it factor, whatever that it factor is. It's not tangible. Well, it's tangible. It's not physical.
You can't test for that.
It's just
there's no workout at the combine.
What I thought was so fitting was that like his name got ripped off the back. To me, Joe Burrow is such a name on the front and not the back guy anyway. So it was so fitting that he didn't have his last name on his back when he was slicing them up at the end of the game. His fourth quarter and second half stats are like off the charts. He's like really high up in a lot of like big play categories, 40+ yard plays, 30+ yard plays, all that. And it's just the crunch time moments, right? It's what kind of quarterbacks get paid because of, and it's kind of how they get their stripes, and all that is how you perform late in the game when it's on your shoulders and you got to make a crazy throw into a tight window or whatever the case is. And he's doing a great job of that, and obviously he has great weapons around him, and that's no slight to him. He's making it work, and that team is really good.
Well, there's so much I want to break down, because if you remember coming into this season,
those weapons, you were really high on the
offense. The offense, right? Burrow's 4th in the league in passing yards. I thought he was my favorite long shot to lead the league in passing.
Because you thought they were going to be bad.
They're going to be bad, but not even that, bro. He's thrown for 900 yards the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And the teams know what they want to do. Came from behind against Kansas City twice, right? 21-7 and then 28-14. They know he's going to sling it. They know where he's going to give it. And dude is just cool, calm, collected. You're blitzing, no problem.
Well, the offensive line, and I think another impressive piece of it is the offensive line's not good.
But it's better than what it was last year.
Yeah, but I guess
But it's still not elite. You're not saying, oh, man, that Bengals O-line is tremendous.
From everything that I hear and I read, it's not even a top half offensive line. It's still maybe a back third, a 20 to 30, something back there.
Right.
It's not even a top half. So it's a lot of credit. And I guess that's what happens, right? If you don't have the greatest offensive line, if you have unreal skill guys who can, you can get the ball out quick and obviously can make some things happen after the catch, like that's a way to kind of offset a bad offensive line. So they're making it work. And it's just Joe Burrow, man. It's I don't know if you saw the picture. It was in the locker room after the game. He took a picture with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase with the cigar in his mouth.
And then the other one with the quarterbacks.
Yeah, and he was like,
I thought it was like
thumbs up.
Like, it's Instagram versus LinkedIn.
Yeah,
that was
dude.
hilarious.
He has this kind of like a charisma, this kind of you're like similar to a Brady, bro. Where in a sense it's like you have him. It's like you always have a chance. You feel like you always have a chance. So.
Well, that was my favorite thing about some of the performances that they've had, because he strikes me as a dude that if they were to get in as a wild card team, I know they're going to have a home game, but he'll be like, yo, we got to go into Kansas City, Arrowhead.
No big deal.
Don't matter. Any squad, any place. ASAP, baby. Fuck that.
Yeah.
What do you want? You want us to go into Lambeau? I know they're not going to go into Lambeau, but like 12-degree weather, don't care.
Yep.
I got that guy. Let's go. Jamar Chase had more receiving yards than Mahomes had passing yards. What do you think the odds on that were?
Well, it's funny because you know who was out there, right? That boy Sorensen was back out there.
Well, what about Ward? Ward hit the gritty on him, and then after that just gets lost.
That's why you don't gritty to the end of the game, man.
Bro, talk about a takeover. 11, 266, and 3.
Rookie of the year.
Now he's the favorite again.
Yeah. I mean, look.
Bro, he's having an all-pro season.
Yeah, no, he's going to be a Pro Bowler. Orlovsky made the argument that, he's going to make the argument for the quarterback, and plus it's TV, right? So whatever, let's just get that out in the open. Now, I understand the argument, Mac is making the playoffs, and he's got, as much as I was a little high on some of those skill guys coming into the year and maybe earlier on, he's got no one in top 10, top 12 at their positions, on the team. So Mac is doing it with much less, but granted, he has an unreal coaching staff and unreal defense that can make up for it. So that's the argument for Mac Jones, I guess, is who's he throwing it to?
Right.
But it's still Jamar Chase to me, hands down.
Yeah, I feel like Chase just...
Because he's winning them games at this point. And it's hard to think like a skilled guy is winning you games, but he's had, I think, 200-yard games and like multiple touchdown games.
Yeah, and think about if he's not there, does T. Higgins put up 12 for 196 and 2 touchdowns 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
So who knows, right? And is Joe Burrow as comfortable as he is with him there? Like, bro, we kept talking about it, dude. How we overthought it. Like, we should have bet him to win Rookie of the Year.
That will never happen again.
The greatest college football season we've ever seen from these two guys.
You know what's sick in the head, though? That Joe Burrow's only 5th in the league in passing yards.
Yeah, top 5.
It's crazy. Brady's 4.9. Pretty much, Brady's almost at 5,000. He's 10 yards, like 10 yards away.
It's wild, man. They're gonna be fun. They're gonna be a problem because I think I'll tell you this, bro. If they play like in Kansas City and they're a 7.5 point underdog,
yeah, I don't know if they're gonna give him a touchdown anymore.
Patreon money bets, like we're catching those.
They're never gonna give Bengals that many points.
Nah, probably not. I mean, they were a 5-point favorite underdog against the Chiefs.
So
and Kansas City, right? Let's talk about Kansas City now. I don't want to, sell all stock. They were on an 8-game winning streak. However, the 2 times you played top-tier quarterbacks during this run, you kind of got lit up. It was Herbert on Thursday Night Football, which they probably win that game if they have any other kind of coach, right? Because this coach is like, fuck that. We're going for 4th down. We're going for 4th and goal. Like, even if we kick 1 field goal, we win that game, right? And then you go up against Burrow, you get 440 yards, bro. This defense it's good. It's improved. And Spagnuolo is going to...
He's taking some heat.
He is, yeah. Because
he's a little too aggressive. When this guy's cooking you all game in 3rd down, major blitz scenario. And
it's another thing, bro. 12 targets he had, 11 catches. Yeah. Meaning like every throw that he made to him was just a catch.
I mean, if you're watching the game, they would hit like that, kind of like not a slant and go, but almost like a fade on Ward. Like, I don't know how many times they ran that on him. And obviously he scored a couple touchdowns. But
how do you feel about Cincinnati going into the playoffs?
I don't know if I trust them, but I think what I'm so worried about is just COVID right now. So you made a great point about like future bets. No way. I have no idea what's going to happen right now.
No one has any idea.
It's just you got to wait.
Also, think about how many guys have been impacted, even if they go on COVID and then they play that same week.
Yeah, like Wentz.
Wentz?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Who?
Started off like 1 of 9.
So let's talk contenders real